Welcome to Enigma, the DVD magazine created exclusively for magicians. In issue 4, we're back with more interviews, tours, conventions, and of course, the magic school. Let's sneak a peek.
But I'll tell you a strange thing about the spirit cabinet. It's the portable, collapsible one. You can roll it up and carry it under your arm.
Right. The one I saw you do was a tent or surrounded tent.
Well, Paul Gross of Hocus Pocus Magic out in California saw it. He said, "John, I'd like to market that."
Right.
He said, "I'll make them, and we'll sell them for $500, and I'll give you $100 for each one we sell." Well, to my amazement, he sold them all over the world, to Japan and China and the Far East India.
You know why? Everybody wants to do the John Calvert act.
And what we jokingly call our Tenyo case with a lot of little plastic things in here. And above, because magic shops never have enough space, there's just a hodgepodge of everything. So we have a lot of the bigger handheld things, and we do sell some makeup and clown wigs, so you're going to see a lot of that on the top shelves also. We have showcases from every business, I think, that ever went out of business, so they're all different heights and sizes.
While they ate, the conventioneers were entertained by strolling magicians, each competing to be the best that night. After applause determined the winner of the strolling magician contest, the Friday night cabaret gave everyone a chance to see what they really were here for: magic.
I've always had this feeling, and I can spot it. If I'm in Vegas or I'm in somewhere and I see a magician perform, I can watch him perform, and I can tell you whether he reads books or not.
Whether he studied or not.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
And you know what it is? There's something that gets in your soul when you study magic. It's in your heart. And when you perform, it comes across the footlights and into everybody else's heart. And they love you. And if you don't have that background...
Here's a control of one card through a shuffle. The King of Hearts is placed right here. I'll just do it once. You know, I can sit here and mix these cards up all day, but the amazing thing about them is they actually have the ability to stay in one position. Now, that was a bit advanced version on the overhand shuffle because there's one extra move in there that my mentor, John Quine, showed to me.
There's an injection mold right here in the press. And that injection mold has a male and a female cavity, kind of that fits together. And the areas in between, that space gets filled up with that plastic. It's then allowed to harden. Once it hardens, the mold splits apart and the part is ejected out of the tool. But not only plastic, we deal with printed stuff. These are sheets that are going to be made into the Royal Fun Coloring Book. Everybody's familiar with the Fun Coloring Book.
And Houdini spent about $20,000 to get this plot installed here in this cemetery, Machpelah Cemetery. And later he arranged to have other members of his family exhumed and buried here. And then finally he was buried here at his death in 1926.
It's also interesting to note that in a Jewish cemetery it is not allowed to have a graven image or an image of any person.
I collect dove pens. My big one has been barred. It's a dog pen. Somebody had to produce a dog. So, and then the littlest one I found a little candy pan. But there's the old P&Ls and some wonderful pans. All the old
coin buckets up top.
All the coin buckets. All the old zombies. There's the original Joe Carson zombie.
Which one is that?
That's the dull one there.
Oh.
Here's a modern zombie. You throw the cloth over it. Self-contained gimmick. You float the thing around.
That's pretty neat.
Came out of England. Super Sphere.
Hi.
Hi.
Want to see a trick? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Stick out your hands like so. A little higher. I'm vertically challenged.
Okay.
Watch closely.
Okay.
Look, look.
Look. Oh, I forgot to say. Ooh.
Thanks for the fabricated enthusiasm.
And we are now on show number 604
45, I think.
And I actually, yeah, you owe me, and so they buy me a meal and they think that's okay. So even though I only charge you, could you actually Welsh on that, don't you, really?
Well, you have to drink it, is the deal.
I saw a musician just last week. I said, how did you do that trick? He said, what trick? I said, the trick would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. And you throw away the 1, the 2, the 3 cards, and you still end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Don't patronize me.
You can find out even more at our website, so check us out. Enigma, the DVD, covering magic from every angle.